This is Radio Taiwan International.
Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Hannah Belinsky, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for Wednesday, December 3rd. Trump signs Taiwan Assurance Implementation Act. Preparedness is the only way to deter war, says NSC Deputy Secretary General. And President Lai warns opposition risks patriots governing Taiwan amid defense budget block. But first, today's top story. United States President Donald Trump signed the Taiwan Assurance Implementation Act into law this Wednesday. Presidential Office spokesperson Karen Kuo said this development affirms the value of Taiwan-U.S. relations, supports closer bilateral ties, and serves as a symbol of the shared values of democracy, freedom, and human rights between the two countries. The U.S. had severed diplomatic ties in 1979 when it formally recognized the PRC as the sole legal government of China. The Taiwan Relations Act was passed shortly thereafter to provide a legal framework for maintaining commercial, cultural, and other unofficial relations between the U.S. and Taiwan. One of the key provisions of the Taiwan Assurance Implementation Act is that it requires the U.S. State Department to regularly review the TRA's guidelines for exchanges with Taiwan and submit an updated report to Congress at least every 5 years to ensure the continued, stable development of Taiwan-U.S. relations. It aims to normalize exchanges and break through certain red line restrictions. The act furthermore designates Taiwan as a democratic partner. The act was jointly proposed by Republican Representative Ann Wagner, the late Democratic Representative Jerry Connolly, and Democratic Representative Andy Levin in February this year. Foreign Minister Lin Jialong told reporters that it demonstrates the strong bipartisan support in the U.S. Congress for strengthening Taiwan-U.S. relations. Lin said he believes this move will enable more comprehensive interaction between the two sides and deepen the diplomatic relationship significantly.
This act allows for more comprehensive interaction between the two sides, including official interactions with federal agencies and our representative offices, and is a major step forward for our diplomatic relationship with the United States.
Taiwan is moving to strengthen its national security amid what officials describe as rapidly escalating military pressure from China. President Lai Ching-te last week announced 2 major action plans to safeguard Taiwan's democratic system and to accelerate the development of a full-spectrum domestic defense industry following a national security meeting in Taipei. Speaking to Radio Taiwan International, National Security Council Deputy Secretary General Lin Fei-fan said the government's supplemental $40 billion defense budget proposal will raise overall defense spending to 3.3% of GDP next year. He emphasized that the increase is driven by the need to respond to China's increasingly coordinated military operations around Taiwan, including complex joint exercises and large-scale deployments across the East China Sea, Taiwan Strait, and South China Sea. One component of this preparedness is the government's new National Public Safety Guide, the small orange handbook that has recently appeared in mailboxes across Taiwan. The guide outlines crisis scenarios, emergency stockpiling, first aid, evacuation routes, and information centers. Lin said it is Taiwan's first nationwide civil defense manual and is intended to boost what the government now calls whole-of-society resilience. He added that if residents do not receive the handbook, they should report it, noting that local officials who deliberately withhold distribution may face legal consequences. Lin also highlighted Taiwan's central role in global economic stability, saying that nearly half of the world's commercial shipping passes through waters near Taiwan, and the island manufactures most of the world's advanced semiconductors. Any disruption in the Taiwan Strait would affect almost all industries. President Lai Ching-te warned on Tuesday that opposition parties blocking a proposed 1.25 trillion NT dollar special defense budget are paving the way for Beijing's demand that patriots govern Taiwan, likening it to Hong Kong's model under one country, two systems. Lai made the remarks during a meeting with the 2025 delegation for North America's Taiwan Center Foundation, during which he outlined his 3 core missions: ensuring national security, economic growth, and public welfare. He criticized opposition forces for rejecting the 8-year budget aimed at building a Taiwan shield, or T-dome, against escalating Chinese threats. Lai accused them of embracing China's 1992 consensus, which Xi Jinping equates to one country, two systems. Lai stressed that patriots, by China's definition, seek rapid unification by turning Taiwanese into Chinese. He said his mission is to safeguard national security and freedom. Taiwan's economy is poised for 7% growth this year, outpacing Japan, the U.S., the EU, and China, Lai added, crediting the DPP with defending democracy, security, and prosperity. He expressed his hope that everyone would continue to work together for Taiwan.
You're listening to Radio Taiwan International.
At the end of November, Honduras held general elections, electing the next president, National Congress, and 20 representatives to the Central American Parliament. Taiwan is closely watching to see whether the new president will move to restore diplomatic relations between Taiwan and Honduras. Foreign Minister Lin Jialong stated for the first time this Wednesday that Taiwan is open to reestablishing ties, adding that Taiwan has been in touch with the presidential candidates, both of whom are pro-Taiwan.
We have maintained good communication with Honduras's Nasri Avzura and Salvador Nasrallah and hope that after this election, Taiwan and Honduras can establish diplomatic relations on the basis of equality and reciprocity.
The government of outgoing President Xiomara Castro severed ties with Taipei in 2023. Restoring the Taiwan-Honduras relationship would mark the biggest diplomatic setback for China in Central America in more than 3 decades. As of Wednesday, former Vice President of Honduras and member of the centrist Liberal Party, Salvador Nasrallah, holds a slim lead in the race. Taiwan's former digital minister and current Ambassador-at-Large Audrey Tang received Sweden's Livelihood Award on Tuesday, dubbed the Alternative Nobel Prize, becoming the first Taiwanese laureate. In an interview, she said that Taiwan is less polarized than people might believe and that diverse opinions fuel the island's upward progress. Tang's awards speech at the Stockholm ceremony drew standing ovations, followed by lively audience interactions. Romanian entrepreneur Alexandra Butmalai praised how Taiwan's AI-driven model resembles direct democracy, saying it could resolve her country's polarization by better platforming public voices. Tang, who has spoken in 27 countries this year, including an upcoming Zurich event, noted global acclaim for Taiwan's AI use in boosting civic participation and social consensus. The battle for supremacy at Taipei Main Station. Restaurants launch specialty dishes to compete for table turnover rates.
Restaurants and stalls at Taipei Main Station, drawing over 600,000 daily visitors, are pushing signature dishes and fast service to boost table turnover amid fierce competition. Operators target time-pressed commuters with speedy classics to capture foot traffic in the expanding station mall economy. Hong Kong-style dim sum spots like flowing sand buns and pineapple buns draw crowds, but service speed is key. Restaurant Group Marketing Manager Vina said customers often rush, so staff recommend quick combo sets covering hits or fast-to-table items right after seating. The station's prime location fuels growth. Breeze Mall sales jumped 346% from $26.5 million in 2010 to $92.6 million now, with Taiwan Railway Corporation profits up 472% to $7.3 million. Shoppers praised the convenience of eating before boarding the train and the variety of choices. Marketing expert Tang Yuanjun noted highly trafficked areas often cause retail and services to cluster nearby. Operators must find ways to enhance their appeal if they're to survive in this cutthroat arena. Filaskowski for RTI News.
Thanks for joining me for the news. I'm Hannah Belinsky. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.
Cash for everyone. The government is giving out 10,000 NT dollars. It's easy to claim. Choose direct deposit, ATM, or post office. Check details at the official website 10,000.gov.tw or 10000.gov.tw or call the free hotline at 1988. Stay alert. Don't trust unknown sources. This advertisement is brought to you by the Ministry of Finance.